Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. There are plenty looking forward to seeing this, a capacity crowd here.
Well, the atmosphere, Peter, certainly doesn't feel like a friendly. We all know about the quality we have on show here, so I hope that the crowd demand as much as they can get, and I hope the players will oblige on that.
Gets things running. So, Jim, tell me this, who are you looking for in particular here?
Well, Nuno Mendes here, I think, will be very important, Peter, particularly if they start to spread the play, because he's excellent in one-on-one positions, both attacking and defending. So I'd expect him to have some of that cutting edge in the team, making himself a great option when they've got possession.
Yeah, I'm inclined to agree. Now it's Pedro Neto. White. Anderson. Yehi. Spence. Anderson. White. And it's Bellingham. Bellingham going full steam down the flank. And he's there to clear it. That pass has been well intercepted. Bellingham. Rice. White. Vitinha wins the duel this time. Well, that is good, super running, sharp movement, came up against a defender though who was ever so determined. Can he latch on to this? Foden. White, tries across, deftly away. He's got options in the box if he gets his head up. Vitinha.
Portugal, but Peter, look how far up the fullbacks are getting now. This is really high.
And constantly after the ball, aren't they?
Yeah, I think they're weighing up their options to see how long they can sustain this and suppress those wide opposition players.
It's a nicely shaped ball. He is through here, and he shoots! Decent enough try.
Well, he looks a little annoyed with himself, Peter, but he hit it well enough. Better look next time, maybe.
Neves. Hoisted upfield by the keeper. And here's Kane. Gonzalo Inacio. England are enjoying the lion's share of possession, but nothing yet to show for it. Araujo. Vitinha forwards and with intent. Nuno Mendes. White. Rice. Bellingham. And here's Kane. Mendes makes the interception. White. And he welcomes it in. It's Kane! Same again, same outcome.
Well, the breakthrough hasn't come yet, Peter, but you do feel they're upping the ante here. They'll get the reward if they can stick at this.
Oh, the clearance is short. Played it early. Mendes clears it away. Gonzalo Inacio. That's really well manoeuvred. And he's managed to get free. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Now it's Ramos. Pedro Neto. Expertly cut out, really nicely done. White. And back to the goalkeeper. Yehi. Foden. Great defending, strong and determined. Now it's Joao Felix. Spence gets across to intercept that. Pedro Neto. Oh, that's a clever-looking ball. Joao Felix is flagged offside. Spence. Joao Neves does well to get it back. Gonzalo Inacio. Araujo. Well, they've seen lots of the ball. Time to go for it a bit of creativity and adventure. Clipped into space. Oh, no question, that's a foul. Yehi. Joao Felix. Joao Cancelo. Ruben Neves. Joao Cancelo. Joao Neves. Joao Felix. Rice, that's a good intervention. That was what he had to make in the face of danger that was growing. Now it's Ramos. And here's Neto. And it's Vitinha. Vitinha. Bellingham. Spence. And here's Gordon. Still looking for the first breakthrough, and it is nearly half-time now. Back into the middle. Yehi cuts it out. Spence. England couldn't do a whole lot with it there. They could do with more sharpness in their passing. Clearly not happy with that. stones. Foden. Bellingham. And it's White. Vitinha did well to step in there. That was more than necessary. And the referee brings the first half to a close. It hasn't been a bad watch, not by any means. The intensity levels are there. We've just lacked that telling breakthrough moment. So your views on the first half?
Well, I think from the manager's viewpoint, Peter, he will be demanding more from his team during the break, but he'll at least be happy at the way they've contained the opposition so far.
An intriguing half, lacking only in goals. The score 0-0. And we're underway again.
England are probably feeling relatively good about themselves, so I don't think the manager has seen anything to change in his half-time team talk.
The ball is loose and the chase is on. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Muscular approach does pay off here. Pedro Neto, gently done. Spence. Gordon. Rice. Mendes shifted upfield.
England couldn't really be more watertight in midfield. Not a trickle is getting through.
Spence. Rice. Gordon. And here's Kane. Foden. Bellingham. Danger averted for now. Ruben Neves caresses it through. Oh, played through for the wide man. He's shifting through the gears here. Cleared away. And claimed it back swiftly. It's run loose here. Guyz producing a good steal there, showing a good level of alertness. And it's Kane. Climbs up big! Oh, not the best of headers. Ruben Neves. And if you did take an extended half-time break, you'll be relieved to hear that you have missed nothing. Vitinha, gently done. Cross deflected behind for a corner. Ruben Neves goes short. Proves too strong. Driving on and making good progress. Now it's Kane. He has found the way through. Oh, it's come loose. He's found the way through. That's an excellent interception. And here's Gordon. Forward tracking back like that, always appreciated by the crowd.
He's dealt with that very well, Peter. It's a real show of discipline.
Well timed, excellent interception. Foden finds himself offside. So now we're going to get those changes we have been expecting. Bruno Fernandes. Looking here to chip it through. Spence getting this one clear. Time for a change in personnel. Defending of the desperate variety. And it's Bruno Fernandes. Ruben Neves. Pedro Neto. Oh, good spread. Nice control. Aimed in towards the centre. Over to the left. And they can counter here. Inacio cuts out the pass. And that is as far as they're going to go. Nuno Mendes. Joao Felix. Anderson concedes a free kick for that. And it's Mendes. Tries a measured ball. Anderson. Now it's Rashford. Araujo does really well to win the ball there. Nuno Mendes. Gonzalo Inacio. It is still anyone's game, 0-0. Out to the right. Oh, nicely intercepted. Palmer. Anderson. Oh, it's a... Rashford! And it's come back out to him. And that's caused a worry or two.
Well, there wasn't too much wrong with his effort. He needs to get on the ball again and give it another crack. I would.
Moved on forwards. Mendes, aim forwards. Anderson. And it's played forward. Guyz gets over and intercepts. Now it's Rashford. He's through here. Shot! Decent attempt, but not quite good enough.
England really are good at what they're doing. They'll gladly take any opportunity to launch that counter.
Inacio shifted upfield. Vitinha. The pressing's intense and it's paid off. Araujo. Great defending, strong and determined. Nuno Mendes. Vitinha. Guyz clears it away. So here comes a substitution. And they've got rid.
Well, there's no doubt that they want to win this, Peter. They'll have to maintain the energy and dynamism until the very end, though.
Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. 5 minutes left on the clock. Vitinha. Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Mendes. Joao Felix! And the ball's come loose here. He's trying his best to keep it in play here.
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
Now it's Palmer. Gordon.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
He's going to be disappointed with that. And here's the chance to counter. Now it's Gordon. That has been cut short. Araujo, aim forwards. Anderson. Now it's Rashford. Now it's Bowen. He's got away. Gordon! In he goes again. It's in! And that's got to be it! That has got to be it! Rui Silva, some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
Well, I admire players who do that because they just don't give up on anything.
Now some movement on the bench, and we are going to see a change.
I think you have to admire his willingness to keep plugging away, but the manager has done him a big favour, I think, by...
Added time is up, and there goes the whistle. England have done it. Their solitary strike ultimately proving just enough. A terrific win, however you look at it. England leave it late, but in the end, it was great.
Well, this looked like it had a draw written all over it, Peter, so credit where it's due. They found a way to win it, and they can take great satisfaction from never losing that focus.
And all that remains for me is to thank Jim Beglin. That's it. Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be. Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. Well, this is the perfect game for all parties, not least the neutrals who've just come to enjoy it.
Well, on the face of it, Peter, we would appear to have a high-caliber meeting with very little at stake. But then you consider a chance for one or two of the fringe players to get a look in, and this becomes a big incentive. It changes the dynamic. So there's plenty at stake for them, which will do no harm to the energy levels and the overall conviction, and hopefully the style of contest.
There's the whistle, and here we go. Jim, you've played in games of this nature. Who can make the difference?
Well, when it comes to being very watchable, Peter, I don't think you'll get much better than Vinicius Junior. His raw pace, added to the infinite amount of trickery he has up his sleeve, are sure to cause any defence no shortage of headaches. He just needs a better final product at the top level.
Yeah, the easiest way to make a difference is to score, so no argument there. And he's managed to get free. Grimaldo did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. And here's Vinicius Junior. Well, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep. Proves too strong. So what can they make of this? Well, played right into his path. Yamal, plenty to aim at here. He's having a shot! Marvellous goal!
Listen, the big names earn their reputations for precisely the reason we've just seen. They have a habit of making their presence felt, and here we are, early stages. He struck one, and he looks hungry for more.
Sky, the danger was always there, Peter. We all knew they'd be pouncing on any slip or any sort of indecision. They need to sharpen up or it's going to happen again.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. Fabinho. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Vinicius Junior tries a measured ball. Rafinha goes for a shot! Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
Rafinha is offering a wry smile there.
Fabinho knocks it out wide. Danilo looking to hit the byline here. Well, it's gone out again, and so we'll have a repeat corner. Rafinha goes short. Fermin getting this one clear. Bruno Guimaraes. Rafinha. Oh, he'd have done well to reach that. So just the one early goal to report so far. 1-0 the score. Played out to the right. Llorente. Yamal. Pedri. Oh, this is a great position. Muscular approach does pay off here. Oyarzábal, and he's there to get it away. Oyarzábal, that is a little undercooked. Danilo.
Brazil, but Peter, look how far up the fullbacks are getting now. This is really high.
And constantly after the ball, aren't they?
Yeah, I think they're weighing up their options to see how long they can sustain this and suppress those wide opposition players.
Mikel Oyarzábal. Oyarzábal played into space, and he welcomes it in. There's no flag. Oh, that's a fine challenge.
Well, I thought they got off lightly there. The odds were stacked against them.
Hausen. Kubasi. Rodri. Fermin. Yamal. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. And there's green grass ahead of him. Now it's Vinicius. Vinicius Junior! And it's Guimaraes. Pedri. Llorente. Done delicately. A reprieve, albeit perhaps momentary. Vinicius Junior laid out to the left flank. For a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again. Yamal. Mikel Oyarzábal. Sails past the upright.
Oyarzábal, oh, he got lots of power behind that, just couldn't quite get it on target.
Marquinhos gently done. And here's Vinicius Junior, and he's running through. Into the channel, and it's Danilo. Danilo with the cross. We can get that clear. Kubasi. Rodri. Fermin. Fermin. Good purposeful running this. Applies the finish! And it's played forward. Rafinha in acres of space out wide. Yamal. Yamal shifted upfield. And here's Oyarzábal. It's really well cleared. Pedri. Yamal. Delicate ball, and it needs to be. Rema tries to clear. Yamal providing an outlet on that flank. And that has been cleared. Rema aim forwards. Ferran Torres. Vinicius Junior. Lobbed in behind. And they can counter here. Oh, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Yamal. Now it's Oyarzabal. Plays it out wide. Oh, he's found support out wide. Llorente. No way through, so back it comes. And that'll be the last act of the first half. Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the one goal. It's still anybody's game here. What have we learned from the first 45 minutes?
Well, it's obvious, Peter, that this team was set up to play on the break, and their opponents pretty much played right into their hands, so no wonder they've got their tails up at half-time.
Spain go in at half-time with a slender one-goal lead. And the game has already resumed here.
Well, if you're ahead, it's a good time to start moving the ball quicker, Peter. Entice your opponents out. See if you can open them up a bit more.
Searching pass he's played there. Ferran Torres. Nice control. Oh, it's played into... Here's the header! Harmlessly behind. Spain are able now to make their substitution. It's been on the cards for a few moments now. Oyarzabal, oh, good spread. Oh, shooting chance! And they've got rid. Matías Cunha. Vinicius Junior. Great defending, strong and determined. Ferran Torres. Mikel Oyarzabal. Ferran Torres! And that was very necessary. There will be a throw-in. Good work on the right flank here. Well, that's a foul. Free kick's been given. Rodri. Kubasi. Llorente. Ball's gone out of play. And it's Danilo. Over to the left. It's off target and by quite a way.
Well, I can understand why his thinking was that way inclined.
Fermi. Llorente. And here's Oyarzabal. Spain just about have their noses in front. It is the slenderest of leads. Fermi. And it's Llorente. Marquinhos. So we've reached the hour mark. Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, I think it's pretty clear. The message is to get the job done, and the sooner the better.
Rodri. This might spell danger, and the shot! Great build-up. It all deserved a better ending.
And that is not the first time, Peter, the keeper has been left exposed by this defence. It needs a quick fix.
Mathias Cunha, Rafinha, Mathias Cunha. Time to deliver. Defending of the desperate variety. That's been won straight back. And it's Pedri. Now that's well seen too. Receives it in a good position here. Fermin. Now it's Yamal. Rafinha. Now it's Vinicius Junior. Into the channel. Steered out wide, but he won't reach that one. Llorente moved on forwards. Oyarzabal under intense pressure.
Yeah, and if they're going to try and stop him in this fashion, Peter, they're going to really test the referee's patience from here.
Fermin. Clearly not happy with that. Llorente. Header comes in! That is clearly not the outcome he wanted.
Yeah, some good movement inside the box. No shortage of targets here.
Mathias Cunha. Fermin, it's a delicate pass. That's ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with. Played cross-field, changing the point of attack. Yeah, he's fouled him there. Mikel Oyarzabal.
I think the message here is quite clear, Peter. They want another one and will seemingly keep going until they get it.
Rafinha chasing after it. Pedri. Ferran Torres. Fabinho does really well to win the ball there. Oh, perfectly measured that.
Well, there's plenty to like about this approach. Get your head down, keep battling away, and eventually things might change for you.
And again, they run up against stubborn defending. Oh, a delicate chip through. And that has sent him sprawling.
Brazil really are showing all the necessary urgency, but it's potency they need.
And that's put paid to a promising move. Howson gets across to intercept that. Rafinha! Oh, that was a brilliant save.
Rafinha really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
Brazil making consecutive changes here.
Well, his stamina was called into question then, but there's absolutely nothing wrong with his heart and the efforts he put in. He was very willing, though, not quite able.
Rafinha swings it across.
I think we're about to see a frenetic finish, and no half measures from here.
Llorente. Not much time now for anything fresh to happen, I think. And it's Saare. That's really well manoeuvred. Saare do have a chance to counter here.
I wouldn't fancy playing up front in these circumstances, to be honest. There's absolutely no supply.
Oh, it's come loose. Rodri forwards and with intent. Now it's Dani Olmo. Now it's Oyarzabal. And that will be the final act. Well, that was close. Both sides playing their part in a great game of football. A real ride that had all of us glued to our seats from the very beginning. How would you sum up what we've witnessed, Jim?
Well, that was a hard-fought win with a defensive masterclass. They backed up their goal.
So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. It is a monster matchup, Jim Beglin.
Well, with nothing resting on this, Peter, I'm hoping that there'll be more impetus for the players to just enjoy the game with the pressure off, try out a few different things, and we get something open and free-flowing.
And we're underway. Jim, who do you pick out as the telling individual today?
This guy, Memphis, is a very interesting player, Peter. Like so many for whom a big move may have come too soon. He could easily have fallen off the scene, but his resurrection has been quite remarkable, actually. And he's averaged roughly a goal or assist per game in the last few years. That's outstanding.
Yeah, I'm inclined to agree. De Paul. And here's Messi. And Messi! Oh, just lacked a decent finish.
Well, let's just consider that one a rangefinder, Peter. It certainly wasn't troubling the goalkeeper.
Frimpong. Marlen. Frimpong. It's gone for a throw-in. Great defending, strong and determined. McAllister. Simons. Memphis Depay. That's been slipped through. Well, that's surely a foul. Free kick. Van der Ven, and here's Gakpo. A chance to play it in. There's the shot! He's missed, but not by that far.
Well, there wasn't too much wrong with his effort. He needs to get on the ball again and give it another crack. I would.
For a throw. Paredes. Acuna. Van der Ven. And it's played forward. Otamendi forwards and with intent. De Paul. Now it's De Paul. Goes for a shot! Oh, nearly, but nearly is nothing.
And not just close, agonisingly close.
Frimpong. Marlen. The Netherlands disappointing in the end there. They lack urgency. Alvarez. And he cuts out the supply. Verbruggen. Long ball by the goalkeeper. And here's Messi. Oh, sweet feet. Messi stood his ground strongly. Gakpo. The Netherlands going wide a lot more often now, Jim.
Yeah, they're looking to create space in and around that D by stretching the defence. Look out for a late arrival or two from midfield.
Messi. Messi played into space. Romero. It's out for a goal kick. That's really well manoeuvred. Quinton Timber. Neither side yet able to force a breakthrough here. And here's Depay. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Simeone. Alvarez. Now it's Messi. Alvarez. Alvarez. Played out towards the right wing. Too much on it, and that is an easy claim for the keeper. Frimpong shifted upfield. Quinton Timber. Xavi Simons. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Good play on the left-hand side here. Paredes. Tries a shot!
Well, that is rather wayward.
It's certainly a bold attempt, and there's nothing wrong with that. Shame he didn't work the keeper a bit more, though.
Reinders. Reinders, gently done. He's in plenty of space here. The Paul cuts it out. Xavi Simons. Memphis Depay. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Van Dijk. Xavi Simons. Van de Ven. Van de Ven. And here's Gakpo. Reinders. Shot, surely! De Paul aim forwards. He can run onto that. And that is as far as they're going to go. Gakpo with the cross. Ball's over the line, and it is a corner. They've played it short. He's shooting! Gets it away. Gakpo. Van de Ven. And here's the shapes to shoot! Goal, the Netherlands! A truly wicked strike, nigh on perfection.
Well, it's one of those, Peter, when you've got to take your hat off and just say, too good.
So we have our breakthrough.
Well, I'd remind those players, Peter, that concentration would be key for a while now, as you don't want to hand the momentum straight back to your opposition.
And it's Rodrigo de Paul. Marlon. Messi. De Paul, oh, good spread. Now, can he find a finish? He's cut it out. Danger averted for now. Forward tracking back like that, always appreciated by the crowd.
Well, it's not a surprise to see that these days, all part of a forward's duties.
Moved on forwards. Aaye. Van Dijk shifted upfield. Over to the left. He's got away. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him.
Gakpo, well, they're labouring their way towards the opposition goal here, Peter, and this needs a much livelier solution.
Simons! Oh, taken with style! A quite incredible spell. They are flying. And that is stunning. Just too hot to handle.
I think it was probably past the keeper before he even saw him. Incredible he got so much power with so little backlift.
Argentina can make their change now with a break in play. So that's two now without reply.
Well, they're very much the better team at the moment, Peter, and no doubt will be looking to cause even more damage here.
Messi. That'll be the last act of the first half. We'll to review the first half.
Argentina really are lucky not to be down by more, Peter. The manager's going to have to come up with something a little special to lift these players, otherwise this one's as good as done.
If you have just joined us, well, we've just begun the second period here.
I think it'll be fascinating to see how they're going to change their approach here. They have to go for it, try and pull one back, but they also have to be aware that going 3 down will probably seal their fate.
And that has been clubbed away. Simeone. And it's Messi. That is lovely. And he's heaved it away. There will be a throw-in. Paredes. McAllister. Acuna. Simeone. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Now it's Marlon. Oh, it's come loose. De Paul. McAllister. And it's Messi. That is a great pick out.
Well, it seems as if he's just had a momentary lapse and slipped into tunnel vision, because he had good options around him and he failed to get his head up.
De Paul. De Paul cuts a frustrated figure right now. He just cannot get away.
He needs a minder, and one of his teammates should be picking up on that, and quickly.
Reinders. Xavi Simons.
There's no doubt it's a long way back, but they can at least give us something to believe the gap might be closed.
And it's played forward. Van der Ven makes the interception. Gakpo. Ake. The ball under intense pressure.
Yeah, he's had so much room to operate in. He's been running the show, but maybe the curtain's about to come down on him.
Simple. Messi. Oh, lovely. And Messi! Well, that looks a foul. Yep, referee's given it. Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing. Alvarez, he has found the way through. Alvarez!
It's off target and by quite a way.
Alvarez, that's the threat he carries, Peter, running at defences like that, if only he managed to retain his composure.
Quinton Timber. Timber, gently done. Marlen. That's really well manoeuvred. Clipped into space. Well timed, excellent interception. Reinders. And here's Depay. Marlen. Marlen! Oh, good effort, he got plenty on that.
Oh, the technical control was exquisite. The pummeled attempt was exasperating.
For a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again. Reinders, probing pass. Now then, the ball's come loose. De Paul, aim forwards. Van der Ven. And here's Gakpo. Van der Ven. And here's Gakpo. Simeone. That has been cut short. Frimpong. And it's Simons. Marlen. Time to deliver. McAllister did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Quinton Timber. Simons. He's found the way through. Aimed in towards the centre. And they've got rid. He's through here. Van Dijk forwards and with intent. Gakpo. Reinders. Van der Ven.
Argentina really have been second best here, second to every ball, and they can't have any complaint.
McAllister concedes a free kick for that. Quinton Timber. Played out to the right. Xavi Simons does have his name on the score sheet, of course. Oh, that is a shooting chance! Oh, it looked like 3-0 for sure.
Well, he's a bit complacent there, I thought, Peter. Maybe he thinks the game is already won.
McAllister. Good defending there, they've slammed the door in the faces of the opposition. Ake. Quinton Timber. 5 minutes left on the clock. Xavi Simons, gently done. The ball is loose and the chase is on. Fernandez shifted upfield. Van der Ven. Succumbs to the pressure. Now who's going to be first to this? Memphis Depay unable to make it happen for all his good intentions.
The Netherlands have turned up with a human blockade. This is top defence.
De Paul does really well to win the ball there.
No way through there.
Xavi Simons. Senesi gets it away. And that will be the final act. A performance of perspiration, work rate, grit. And those are very good qualities that might have got them.